What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it looks like the leaked photos that I reported on a couple weeks ago may actually be true. So this information is coming from Cycle World. I'll leave a link down below, but in the article it goes on to say that certification filings from Australia have revealed the 2024 Harley Davidson CVO Street Glide powered by a brand new 121 cubic inch engine with variable valve timing. Now in this article they also did say that the photos that I'm going to show you, they have digitally enhanced just to make them more visible, I suppose, but I do want to put that out there just in case anything they've done has changed what this bike may actually look like. So as we pull these pictures up, the first thing I think most people are going to notice is that big squared off headlight. I don't really mind that. I actually think it looks pretty good. And then you're going to notice those lights that jut out to the side towards the edge of the fairing. Now, lighting is great on a motorcycle. However, I think these will take a little bit for me to warm up to. Just personally not my style. I also think while we're talking about the fairing, let's talk about the fact that this looks very similar, in my opinion, you let me know what you think, to the Indian Chieftain. I'll throw them up side by side right now. Look at these two photos, guys, and tell me what you think. Do you think that there was maybe some borrowing, we'll say, going on here? Next on this bike, we see that it's got the wire spoke wheels that was coming on the CVO Road Glide already, so that doesn't look like anything new. You'll also notice the inverted front end. Now, a lot of people were very happy to see that, myself included, but I don't think that's something Harley should be praised for, as in my opinion, they were behind on that technology as is. So it's great that they're catching up, but let's not pat them on the back too much because they were behind for the last few years. You'll also notice the Brembo branded brakes. Harley Davidson has run Brembo brakes before, but they were branded Harley Davidson. Now they're branded Brembo, which I thought was funny. That could change later on down the road. I think a lot of guys like the fact that it says Brembo because we all know that name and know it equals performance. So it's hard to tell because it could also just be the weird lighting or the retouching of this photo, but it does look like the gas tank has been reshaped just a little bit. It also looks like those side panels are also like maybe a little more shallow, which I know a lot of guys are buying aftermarket side covers and making that look. That's something Harley typically does. They'll look and see what, you know, everybody's doing to customize their bikes once they get them. And then if they think it's important enough, they'll implement those changes into the bike. Now, one thing that was curious to me are these chop style saddlebags. Now, I personally like a non-stretched bag. I also like these chop bags. They remind me of like what the stunt guys run, say like Ryan Kruesi. I'll throw up a picture of some of his saddlebags up on the screen so you can see those now. Also, if you're not familiar with Ryan Kruesi, I'll put a link to his channel down below. In my opinion, one of the best Harley Davidson channels on YouTube, so be sure to check him out. Now, when I said I like these bags, I'm not a CVO buyer, so I worry that CVO customers probably won't want these bags. I know most of them like the stretch bag look, and same thing for the spoke wheels we talked about earlier. I think most CVO customers want a big, flashy chrome wheel. Now, moving on to the display screen, massive, and it looks like it replaces all of the regular instrumentation. So we're assuming that is all built into the display now. So you'll probably have all that info, navigation, all your multimedia controls, and probably like access to your ride modes and stuff on there. And with that, if you look up at the handlebars, you'll see there's like a little control pad over there with like a D-pad on the left bar. And that's going to be similar to like your Sportster S, your Pan America, your Nightster. All your bikes with the Rev Max platform have those controls because they have ride modes. So that's why I would believe this bike to have ride modes, which again, Harley a little late to the game on, but hopefully they bring it and they bring it right. Now, on to the exciting part. This 121 badge that's clearly visible on the intake and clutch cover. This engine is widely anticipated to employ the variable valve timing system. If you'll look at the timing cover on the right-hand side of the engine, you'll see like an additional bulge. They think that that's hiding some of the variable valve timing kit. Also on the transmission side cover, it's a little bit bulkier, so I would imagine there's some changes there, which is really exciting. Going back to the front of the bike, you notice this big cooler. What kind of cooler it is, I'm not sure. It could be an oil cooler, could be a radiator. My money would be on a radiator, but it's just not clear from these pictures that we've got here. Also looking at this back view of the fairing, it looks like this windshield is possibly roll down, which again, Harley's a little late to the game. And in my opinion, I didn't care anything about that. I always thought that was kind of gimmicky. And then I rode an Indian that had one, and I can see where it would be useful. I don't know how much I would use it, but I can see certain conditions. You want the wind to hit you, just roll it down. And it did work, you know, exactly how you would hope it would work. When it's down, you got all the wind. When it's up, you got none. So I think we'll probably see that on this bike if this is real. Now, the unfortunate thing is in these filings, somewhere, somehow, something got messed up, and we do not have the correct specs for this 121 engine, I don't think. And that's because they mirror all the specs of the Milwaukee 8117. Clearly, a few more cubic inches, redesigning of the engine would not produce the same numbers. So maybe that's something we're gonna get a little bit later. That's really all I have for this one, guys. And at this point, I'm still not completely sold that this is the bike we're gonna get. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Subscribe if you're not already. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.